Alright guys, today we have a slightly different Iron Blooded Orphans review because it's actually going to be a Shoky Quickie at the same time, because as you can see we've got the different mobile workers from the different option sets. So we'll take a quick look at these little guys because they're fantastic little models that come with the option sets to help kind of build up your little army of IBO guys. So we'll start with the first one right here, and it is the CGS Ortekadon mobile worker. And you can see I have definitely painted this guy because they don't come in any particular color. They seem to come in only that option parts color. And this guy I tried to get as close as possible to the original green color it's supposed to be. And you know, you can see here got the guns painted up all nice, twin machine guns mounted on the side. Looking right here, you can see the cockpit. It almost pops up like spider eyes are. I even got the little pods there with the lights on there. And even back here, you can sort of see the little bit of light there. Now these little guys do have some articulation. Let's just look at this one for instance. You can rotate the base about that far because it does actually block it right up here. The guns themselves can move, so you can point them up to the sky, so if you're shooting at somebody up there you can take them down. I do love these little guys, they're so much fun. Go ahead and move him out of the way. Move on to the one that appears next in the series, and now you got this one. It is from the second option set. It is the Spicemobile worker. As you can tell, it's very similar to the regular CGS one. So painted the guns very similar, but this one is in a light blue. This is about as close as I could approximate to the color that it showed. You can see under here I used my favorite gray marker and then some nice orange or red metallic there. Made sure I painted that little bitty light there. Now the major differences of course between this and the standard one is how they equipped it for space. So you get the propellant tank on the back here, and the wheels are replaced with some vernier thrusters right there, so it can actually move around in space. Though it does seem to roll a little bit. Maybe it's just the way they made it look in the series when they used it. It was used for a very crazy quick mission in the series, and of course the guns move as they do. You can rotate it just as much as the other one could. And we'll go ahead and point that back down. It's aiming at you guys. Once again, it looks very kind of spider-like in a way around the head. Very tarantula-like. Moving on, we'll talk about this little guy here. Now this one didn't see as much action as its friends here. This is actually the Union mobile worker. I believe they encountered this when they finally got to Earth, or when they got to one of the space colonies, and this belongs to the Union that worked there. Very, much smaller, limited mobile worker, much tinier gun. This one actually doesn't have any other articulation except that the gun rotates. And you got the very small kind of cockpit right there. A couple little lights up front. This one just, and you can tell this blue, you probably can't see it as well as I can. This blue did not work out very well. It was supposed to be a very dark blue. I did actually paint it originally this color and then paint it over it with a darker blue. And it's honestly not as pretty, and it's not as cool. This one actually comes with the option part 4 set with the other Chimaris parts. So it does come later in the series. And then what we have here, we have the big hefty Yellowhorn mobile worker. And you can tell it's on a very different level than the other guys. It is huge, and it has a much larger cannon here. It has a smaller gun right there. And this does have a little bit of articulation. The legs actually move out here so it can kind of prop up for gun mode. Yeah, the top should rotate. Hold on. I thought it did. Does it? Okay, I might be wrong. I think the top does not move. I thought it did. If it does, I'll be honest, it's probably stuck and I don't want to force it. I do know that these little pods here, I assume these also have some kind of weapons in here. So they're kind of shields, also have some guns. Probably under here, honestly. But this one is cool. You can tell I painted it red. I don't remember the color it started out as. Okay, so if you look underneath, if it started out as the same gray-brown as all the other option sets. And this one does move around on wheels. We did see this as of one of the first few episodes, maybe even the first episode of Iron Blooded Orphans, but the ones on Mars weren't red. They were like a dark blue or gray color. Now, I'm really now, give me a second. I want to see if I can get that to turn without breaking anything. Because I thought the upper part actually turned. But I don't want to break it, like I said. There it goes. Okay, so the paint was just a little thick, but you can actually rotate it. So this guy has probably the most articulation because it has the most moving parts. Yeah, the front gun does not move at all. But that's it for the the Yellowhorn. They'll probably shoot me for saying that. Yellowhorn mobile worker. Go ahead and set it back there. And it also, it's very insect-like. I don't know if it's necessarily a spider, but it's very insect-like. Go ahead and bring back our green and blue friends here. So, we'll go ahead and do that. I love these little guys. They're so much fun, and we do get more of them in the new option sets that are coming up. And so they're a little more updated. And in fact, I believe there is actually a high-grade sized version. I don't remember exactly what the scale is, but it's a much larger version of this guy. And of course, you can paint these guys in whatever color scheme you want. They came in several colors. If you actually look into it, I believe, and Mikazuki's would be white. Akahiro's would actually be a light brown, kind of like this, or light brown, light blue. I'm not colorblind or anything, guys. Shino's would actually be kind of that reddish pink color that the Ryusei Go would be. So that's kind of where he got that idea. And then, of course, if you see it, Orga's is a brownish tan color. And Orga always rides on the back of his. The cockpit is kind of open-ish, so he can give commands. And Biscuit would drive it. You know, poor old Biscuit. Alright, guys. But that's it for this little quickie review from the IBO mobile worker sets. Grab these guys. The option sets aren't very expensive. It gives you cool weapons, and it gives you these cool little guys. They do take some painting, but they're awesome. But I will catch you guys next time. Remember to like and subscribe, and to keep on building, even if it's these little guys right here. Alright, guys.